The State Weather Bureau has raised tropical cyclone wind signal number 2 in parts of Batanes as Typhoon Carina slightly intensifies. In its 11 a.m. bulletin on Tuesday, July 23, Pag-asa says it raised signal number 2 over Batanes, specifically in Itbayat, Basco, Mahatao, Uyugan, and Ivana. Meanwhile, signal number 1 is raised over 9 areas. Carina was last spotted 320 kilometers east of Basco, Batanes with maximum sustained winds of 140 kilometers per hour and gustiness of up to 170 kilometers per hour. According to Pag-asa, the southwest monsoon enhanced by Carina will bring moderate to intense rainfall over various localities in the western portion of Luzon from Tuesday through Thursday, July 25. Pag-asa forecasts Carina to remain far from the country's landmass. The Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation is committing to act on President Bongbong Marcos's directive banning Philippine offshore gaming operators in the country, which will displace an estimated 42,000 Filipino workers. Echoing what Marcos said in his third State of the Nation address, Pagcor Chief Alejandro Tenco says instructions have already been issued to the Department of Labor and Employment to help affected workers find new jobs before 2025.
Industriya, mga 42,000.
Pero sa mga Pilipino, yung gano'ng karami?
Hindi, yun ang Pilipino. Yun ang Pilipino.
Wala pa doon yung mga...
Wala yung foreigners. Pilipino po. 1:1 na po ang ratio halos. Tulad ng sinabi ng Pangulo kanina, mangyari sigurong minumungkahi ko na makipag-ugnayan kayo sa DOLE para nang sa ganun may skills training, may job training programs at nang sa ganun malagpasan natin yung magiging problema nila.
Meanwhile, Labor Secretary Bienvenido Laguesma assures employees of Pogos that they will be taken care of.
Siyempre, may concern kami pero yan ay direktiba na dapat ipatupad. No? Siyempre kami sa Department of Labor and Employment dahil ang aming mandato ay hindi lamang paglikha sa tulong ng pribadong sektor ng trabaho, kasama din yung job preservation.
Laguesma notes that this development should not be considered something that would increase the unemployment rate in the country.
Dahil nandiyan na yung direktiba, binigyan naman ng transition na period, gagawin po ng DOLE yung kanilang pag-implementa, pagbabalangkas kung paano natin pagagaanin at hindi mahirapan yung mga maapektuhan ng mga manggagawa. Huwag naman siguro nating isipin na madadagdagan na naman ang unemployment. Kasi kasama naman yan talaga sa challenges, pagsubok ng Department of Labor and Employment.
On July 22, Marcos announced during his SONA the banning of all Pogos, ordering Pagcor to cease Pogo operations by the end of the year. Marcos also instructed the Department of Labor and Employment, in coordination with the administration's economic managers, to find new jobs for Filipinos who will be displaced. Both the Senate and the House have been investigating the reported illegal activities by Pogos, including torture and human trafficking. The Philippines and the United States are set to conduct a Foreign and Defense Ministerial Dialogue, otherwise known as 2+2, on July 30. In a statement, the Department of Foreign Affairs says Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrique Manalo and Defense Secretary Gibo Teodoro will host U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin III in Manila. The agency says the four secretaries are expected to discuss how to further enhance both countries' commitment to their alliance in support of the rules-based international order. The officials are also expected to tackle enhanced economic ties, broad-based prosperity, and solutions to evolving regional and global security challenges. Apart from the dialogue between top foreign affairs and defense officials, the DFA says Secretaries Blinken and Austin are also scheduled to pay a courtesy call to President Bongbong Marcos during their visit. According to DFA, the last iteration of the 2+2 dialogue was held in April 2023 in Washington, D.C. Suspended Bamban Mayor Alice Go has apologized to Senate President Cheese Escudero over her earlier remarks against some senators. In her letter to Escudero, Go says she did not intend to dictate or instruct the Senate on what priority should be given. According to Go, her intention was simply to provide suggestions based on the issues experienced by her fellow citizens in Bamban. In the same letter, Go also asks the Senate leadership to help her constituents, saying her suspension prevented her from performing her duties. Go also reiterates her readiness to face all charges against her lodged in various offices of government like the Office of the Ombudsman, Department of Justice, and Bureau of Internal Revenue, among others. In a statement on July 18, Go questioned why Senators Win Gatchalian, Risa Ontiveros, and other government offices seem fixated on her. Instead of focusing on her, the suspended mayor urged the two senators to direct their attention to what she deemed critical issues confronting the country. But her statement did not sit well with Escudero, who said Go was not in a position to dictate on any member of the Senate. Go is facing charges over her alleged ties to illegal Philippine offshore gaming operators, which she has repeatedly denied involvement in.